Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Fidelia Aguncha. Not more than 3 persons have been killed and many others injured when a train hit a commercial bus at Penn Cinema Railway crossing in Lagos on Friday. Nigerian Railway Corporation, Lagos District Manager Jerry Oche, who confirmed the incident, said the accident happened at about 9:30 a.m. on Friday morning. According to eyewitnesses, the accident occurred when an incoming train collided with a bus trying to make a U-turn on the rail line. They said some people hanging on the train fell off and 3 died instantly, while others sustained various injuries. Spokesperson of the National Emergency Management Authority, Ibrahim Farinloye, Lagos office, said the injured had been taken to the hospital for treatment. In other news, President Muhammadu Buhari has given reasons why he decided to announce his re-election bid early. Buhari in April publicly declared his intention to seek a second term in office under the All Progressives Congress in the 2019 general elections. While hosting members of the Buhari Support Group Center at the State House in Abuja, Buhari explained that he took the step to douse rising speculations and give the APC enough time to prepare for the polls.
I have to announce before a National Executive Committee of our party about my intention to ask for the party's nomination for next year's election so that we can save a lot of time and cool tempers. A lot of people are trying to make it a habit of being a nuisance to themselves and to too many Nigerians. So when I come out and mention those who are serious, okay, let them come out. And I try to make sure that the party is very organized and consolidated so that we start from bottom to top, so that Nigerians will feel involved and that each constituency, it is the constituency that picks those they want to represent them at various levels, whether local government chairmen and councillors, state assemblies, House of Representatives, Senate, and finally the presidency itself.
No fewer than 230 Nigerians stranded in Russia after the 2018 World Cup arrived Abuja on Friday aboard an Ethiopian airline flight. They were repatriated with the assistance of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Aviation. This is in response to President Muhammadu Buhari's directive that stranded Nigerians in Russia should be evacuated with immediate effect. The fans were stranded after the World Cup due to lack of funds for their upkeep, as well as allegations that some airline travel agents cancelled return tickets of their customers without their knowledge. The federal government has given reasons for refusing to release a former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki. Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, in an interview with Voice of America Hausa, said the federal government cannot release Dasuki because the allegations against him is a matter of public interest. Malami explained that Dasuki's mismanagement of funds meant for the military led to the death of many, adding that the issue affects the entire nation. He also hinted that the federal government would appeal the court ruling if need be. Dasuki has been in DSS detention since 2015, despite orders for his release by various courts. The most recent order for his release is from the Federal High Court in Abuja, which last week granted him bail to the tune of 200 million naira and 2 sureties with landed properties in Abuja. The Leaders and Elders Forum have expressed concern over the incessant killings across the country. The forum, which comprised of the Northern Elders Forum, NEF, Afenifere, Ohanes Ndibu and Pan-Niger Delta Forum PANDEF expressed their grief during an extraordinary summit of leaders at the federal capital in Abuja. The summit, which was themed State of the Nation, the rising spate of killings must stop, also called for the restructuring of Nigeria.
This is a gathering of stakeholders from various geopolitical zones across the Federation, gathered at the federal capital, Abuja, for a one-day extraordinary summit discussing the problems of the rise in the incessant killings across Nigeria. Leaders from the Yoruba socio-cultural group, that is the Afenifere, have accused the Nigerian government of encouraging resentment and rancor.
In our country seems to be descending and breaking out. Life is no longer safe. Masses of our people are being killed and being brutalized. And security is eluding every part of our country. Government is becoming progressively dictatorial. The prospects for the ordinary man is being steadily destroyed. 1963, Nigeria exported 765,000 metric tons of groundnuts, the largest of any country in the world. By 1983, we were exporting only 25,000. And today we are exporting nothing.
Leaders who were present at the summit in turn expressed their worry over the issues of killings by the farmer elder crisis and the Boko Haram insurgents across the country.
We lamented the harm that the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, by his action and inaction, has done and is doing to our commonwealth and our common heritage. Nigeria, in recent times, has not been so divided along religious and regional lines as of today, with inexcusable killings and devastating poverty, and with governments wringing hands and apparently incompetent to stem the tide, except giving one unrighteous and unacceptable justification after the other.
Instead of moving forward, if we're honest enough, we say we have not achieved the kind of progress that this country deserves. And the only explanation is that we failed to provide the kind of leadership that this country desperately requires to achieve the greatness that we had hoped to over the years.
However, Akim Baba Ahmed, who was the guest speaker at the event, also highlighted the essence of the summit, stating the key problems in the country, calling out the federal government to put an end to it.
The government must address the alarming spread of illegal weapons in the hands of citizens, criminals, and communities. Secondly, government must adopt measures that will hasten the ranching of cattle and encourage communities to create harmonious working and living relationships with other communities. 3. Government must address hate speech in all its ramifications. 4. We must design strategies that will encourage improved understanding and unity among all communities in Nigeria. And in that regard, this forum represents the vanguard of that initiative. I hope others can take note.
The group, which comprises of the Northern Elders Forum, NEF, Afenifere, Ohanes Ndibu, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, and the Christian Association of Nigeria, present at the summit, held that the restructuring of country's governance will be a lasting solution to the problems facing the country. Barely 2 days before the one-day extraordinary summit, the group had held a rally on the same subject in Benue State. Adeshewa Odushoga, TV360 Lagos.
Meanwhile, the presidency has reacted to reports by the Northern Elders Forum accusing the Buhari-led administration of incompetence in handling the security situation in the country. Leaders of some social-cultural organizations led by the Northern Elders Forum had accused the president of not doing enough to address the strings of attacks and killings across the country. Reacting to this, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, said it considered the communique by the forum as the shedding of crocodile tears by selfish leaders. Shehu urged Nigerians to ignore what he described as the unholy alliance by the groups and said the leaders felt alienated after a transparent and accountable system stopped their survival on resources of the states. Moving on, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has commissioned an office complex for the Special Tactical Squad STS in Abuja. Commander of the Tactical Squad, Kolo Yusuf, in his speech highlighted that in just 2 years, the unit has expanded to many states with many notable achievements to its name.
This office was established under your able leadership on the 28th June 2016, barely 2 years ago, with 87 personnel. Today we have about 460 personnel with sectors in Lagos, Anambra, Sokoto, Zamfara, Edo, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Maiduguri, Benue, and Niger State respectively. The attached list of notable achievement breakthrough were recorded from inception of this administration to date. It is a historic event because it marks a new chapter in the history of the Nigerian Police Force for a small outfit to carry out this gigantic and laudable project in just 2 years of its establishment.
Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS) is an essential unit of the Nigeria Police Force. This comes despite various calls and protests on social media for the scrap of the department. Idris also revealed that some arrests have been made in relation to the killings of police officers by unknown gunmen across the country.
You see, you have to be careful about this clamoring. I remember, social media is a technology, and we have, it's technology available to those that are criminally minded, and we have to be careful the way we respond to some of this clamoring, like you're saying. SARS is a unit of the police that I believe should be sustained. But like I said, what we are doing is to ensure that they are properly trained, and we are providing facility for them, just like you see some of these facilities, and that's what they're doing. Provide some facility for them that will make work easier for them. But I have to tell you that they are doing a very wonderful job. This killing of policemen the investigation to that is also handled by this team, the STS team, and they've made a lot of progress in that arrest.
Kogi Police Command has denied allegations that its officers attacked the convoy of Senator Dino Melaye. Commissioner of Police in the state, Ali Janga, faulted the claims while addressing reporters on Friday. Melaye had accused the police of shooting at his convoy on his way to inaugurate a project in his constituency on Thursday in Kogi State, but the police commissioner noted that while the allegations were untrue, the police opened fire in defense of a purported shooting by some individuals in the lawmakers' convoy. He added that the command has invited Melaye for questioning and would declare him wanted should he ignore their invitation. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, has commended the people of Ekiti State for voting wisely in Saturday's governorship election. The poll, which was tightly contested, saw APC's Kayode Fayemi emerge winner, polling a total of 197,459 votes, while PDP's Kolakbo Olushola got 178,121 votes.
The people of Ekiti State, having recalled the good days of IME and comparing them to the level they were reduced to under the present government, voted wisely for change, for IME to complete its unfinished business. And for us, we are very, very happy, and we trust that Ekiti people will be the better for the decision they have taken. On my part, there is, of course, a personal sense of victory because this was the first outing of the party under my leadership. The last time, after our convention in 2014, we had the election in Ekiti and we lost. And this time we won. So I think, as I say, the money shows the day. I believe there's a good outing. The challenge now is for Fayemi to do what he has to do to ensure that Ekiti people recovered from the lost ground arising from poor governance that was provided by the current PDP. Now, I think the media need to get more engaged and scrutinize us. Those of us who political players when we speak from both sides of our mouth, or we are turning the truth upside down. Just a few months back, I'm not sure exactly, 2, 3, 4 months ago, you know that a good section after their convention, people like Professor Oyediran, Jerry Ghana, and a host of others, who can be said to be, quote unquote, founding fathers of that party, they left to form what they call, is it SDP or ADC or both? Okay, so they broke out. And then, when it dawned on them that even together we defeated them just 4 years ago, now, further factionalized, what can they do? And they just want to capture power for the sake of power. And it's okay. Even though we have already broken the house into pieces, can we, for the purpose of capturing power, come together? No, does it make sense? Now, in the morning, you broke away from PDP to SDP, and then to ADC.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress has held a primary election to select a flag bearer for the party in the upcoming Osun State governorship election. The election took place in the 332 wards across all the local government areas of the state. The final result is yet to be announced, but the winner will represent the party in the September 22nd governorship election in Osun State. Still on electoral matters, President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday called for increased voter education across the country as Nigeria prepares for the 2019 general election. President Muhammadu Buhari said this while hosting members of the Buhari Support Group Center who visited him at the presidential villa in Abuja. Buhari says he believes the awareness would encourage Nigerians to appreciate the importance of obtaining their permanent voter's card.
Voter education is very important. Tell people this is their Nigerian card and this is their Nigerian nationality and they are entitled to it. They use it across party, across religion, across ethnicity. So let them take pride in their PBCs and therefore let them keep it and use it. So this you are meeting, this is an additional responsibility for you. I have been talking to the governors, I'm telling them, please do voter education. It may not favor them, but people will eventually understand. Whether they tell them the truth or not, people will do what they feel right.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released a schedule of activities for 4 by-elections. INEC on Thursday announced it will conduct 4 by-elections to fill vacancies in Katsina North and Bauchi South Senatorial Districts, as well as Lokoja, Kogi, Kontom, Kafe Federal Constituency in Kogi State and Obudu State Constituency in Cross River State. The by-elections will hold on August 11, 2018. Now, according to INEC, the last day for the conduct of primaries by political parties is July 25, while the submission of nomination forms at INEC headquarters must be done by July 27. It added that the list of nominated candidates and submission of names and addresses of party agents must be concluded by August 3rd, while campaigns are expected to end on the 9th of August. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has made a U-turn, insisting he is still a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress. Ortom had last week announced his resignation from the party, saying he was thrown out by the APC. However, Ortom on Friday reversed his decision, saying he was prepared to give the party the benefit of doubt. He also said he was impressed with the swift intervention of the national leadership of the party. Break now and return shortly. Do stay with us.
Corruption not in my country.
Now, yeah?
Yes, Oga.
Okay.
Where I go come find 300 naira change?
I better try look for change now. When they do business. Hey, Timmy. I did, bro. I be. I beg, give me 200 naira. Make I take sort out this guy. If let's say no get change.
Take it, give us.
I said 200.
Give her 100 naira.
Yeah.
Okay, I agreed to pay 200.
How much you think they carry people from that place we carry on the chair?
Okay.
No, they touch me.
Now 100 naira. He agreed to pay.
Because that was what you said was the fare. Why you not go pay you? Why you dey extort your customer? You see this corruption, what would they hear for news? They see for people everywhere. Now be this so. This is corruption, not in our country.
Corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
You're now watching Business News on News Now. I am Annetta Felix. For one e-commerce company in Nigeria, transparency is key. Jumia is expressing this on the occasion of their 6th-year anniversary as they invite vendors to openly share their experience with the brand and give an exclusive tour of their Ikeja-based warehouse. Journalists from Lagos gathered at the Ikeja office of Jumia, one of Nigeria's most popular e-commerce company, for a show and tell. The occasion of their 6th-year anniversary featured hearing from the horse's mouth. In this case, the vendors selling their wares on the Jumia online platform.
I think the most thing that keeps me on Jumia is the ability to scale your business to as much as you want it to be. So they can take care of as much as you have for them. And it just gives us insight that, okay, if you want to make it very, very big, if you want to make it very big, Jumia is the place that you should be at first. And that's the major reason why I'm on Jumia.
Though skeptical before enlisting on Jumia in 2015, Chinonso attests that the company has boosted his sales in household electronics ever since.
Usually in the physical store, maybe we get to sell 3 items a day, 4 items a day, and that's not every day. That's just maybe an average. But on Jumia, at the peak, there are times when we make, in a week, I deliver I have like 200 packages to deliver. There were times when I had like 200 packages staring on my face to deliver. But on an average, on a normal, across all my stores, I get maybe like 10 orders a day, 11 orders a day. It just depends. But sometimes it comes high because I noticed that Jumia customers, many times they order in quantity. So usually on my physical store, you hardly get orders in quantity. You might, maybe in a whole year, you can get bulk orders for maybe 3 times or 2 times or 4 times in a year. But Jumia, you are guaranteed of bulk sales, maybe, twice a week or once a week.
I would say that Jumia has done everything they have to do for me to get more. If you can give Jumia more, then you will be like the brands like Samsung, because they are handling Samsung, they are handling maybe Techno and a whole lot. So if you give them quantity, they'll sell it for you. So it's if I can give them more for Jumia today. Because on as a merchant, when you log in, there's something that amazes me on the platform, and I think it just gives all vendors insight on what Jumia is trying to communicate to us. There's an order volume of 10,000 per day. 10,000 orders per day. I don't think anybody does that, but Jumia is telling you that they can do 10,000 per day.
For 21 Apparel CEO and Jumia vendor, the challenge is on serious buyers who return products after delivery, among others.
We see a lot of unserious buyers. That's another problem we have. People just, you hear people saying that they just wanted to try if it's working. They just wanted to test your platform. They wanted to see your fabrics. And another big challenge, I think that's peculiar to a lot of us, is returns. Yes, we have come to understand that selling online, returns are inevitable. They are something that will always happen. So we still keep finding a way to deal with returns better.
We head for the Jumia warehouse after the interview, where we learned that speed, accuracy, and quality control is paramount in product processing and delivery. Jumia is setting a benchmark for e-commerce operation in Nigeria. Their work ethics and organization is proof. Through transparency-focused events like this, they are living up to their name of being the online store you can trust. The federal government has disbursed 668.898 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government for the month of May, and that's despite the gridlock in the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee. Director of Information at the Federal Ministry of Finance, Hassan Dodo, revealed this in a statement on Friday in Abuja. He explained that the sharing of revenues for May, which was meant to be distributed in June, was put on hold because of the disagreement on remittances by the revenue-generating agencies, especially the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. Dodo added that the money was distributed due to the urgent need to cushion the undue hardships being experienced by workers nationwide. The federal government has concluded arrangements to engage an additional 300,000 beneficiaries in the second batch of its Empower Volunteers Corps program from August 1st. The Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Laolu Akonde, disclosed this in a press statement on Thursday. Akonde explained that with 200,000 existing beneficiaries, 500,000 unemployed Nigerian graduates would by August be beneficiaries of the scheme. He said the Empower Volunteer Corps program is currently running in the 36 states and Federal Capital Territory. The Nigerian Stock Exchange closed Friday's trading session with a 0.37% increase in key market indicators, with the all-share index increasing to 36,603.44 basis points. The market capitalization closed at 13.259 trillion naira. Dangote Cement PLC led the percentage gainers with a 0.24% increase in their share price to close at 234.7%. Nestle PLC, Presco Insurance, Dangote Sugar and Forte Oil led the percentage laggards for today, with their share prices closing at 1,430 naira, 66.15 naira, 17.7 naira and 37.5 naira respectively. Recording the most traded shares today are Sterling Bank, Medview Airline PLC, Zenith Bank and Law Union and Rock Insurance PLC. In summary, a total of 679.917 million shares worth 3.902 billion naira were traded in 3,677 deals. And that was a look at business stories. There's more after this.
Corruption not in my country.
Cut. All right. What's your name again? Kemi? Yes, sir. Good. Are you ready for us for next week?
Yes, sir.
Next.
No, sir. No.
What? Look, what we need here is one who can speak fluent English.
Give her a chance. I need a angel to hold me. Hold me, my beautiful angel.
Cut! It is angel, not angel. Please, I'm done with you. Excuse us. Kemi was far better.
It's not about our rendition. It's not about our performance here. By the time she and her friends join us in our hotel rooms, you will know how far.
Can I have her phone?
She has a robust profile.
Real robust profile. I do not undercut professional ethics. It is an act of corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Glad to have you back. President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Joseph Kabila, has assured that the December presidential election will go ahead as planned. Kabila is barred by the constitution from seeking a third term in office, but has not publicly ruled out a run. Some of his allies have in recent weeks advanced a legal argument they say would justify his candidacy. Now, if Kabila does step down, it would mark Congo's first democratic transition since independence from Belgium in 1960, after decades marked by authoritarian rule, coups, and catastrophic civil wars. At least 14 people have been wounded, with some in critical condition, in a knife attack on a bus in Lübeck, Germany. Police spokesperson Dwight Dwebrook said authorities are still trying to establish the circumstances of the attack. To sports now, the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Chris Giwa, says the present executive committee will finally move to the Sunday Dankaro House at the Abuja National Stadium next week. Giwa made the declaration on Thursday when he led some of his executive committee members to assess the state of the building, which was completed in 2010. Meanwhile, the new NFF president has approved the appointment of Deputy Editor Sports Life newspaper, Ejiro Babafemi, as media officer of the Super Falcons and Silvanus Ofekun as media officer of the national under-20 team. He also appointed Udeme George as media officer of the national under-17 side, that is the Golden Eaglets. Antonio Conte is set to take legal action against Chelsea over damage to his career and loss of future earnings following his sack by the Premier League club. This is according to reports which emerged on Friday. Conte is believed to be furious Chelsea made him return to the preseason training before finally dismissing him last week to make way for the arrival of new boss Maurizio Sarri. The Italian, who spent just 2 years with the Blues, was made to wait 55 days after Chelsea's FA Cup win over Manchester United before he was dismissed. AC Milan will compete in the Europa League this season after the Court of Arbitration for Sport (CAS) upheld the Serie A club's appeal against a ban from Europe. UEFA excluded the Rossoneri from its competition after they were found guilty of breaching the governing body's licensing and financial fair play regulations. However, the Italian club took an appeal to CAS, and a panel on Friday restored the 7-time European champion's ability to contest continental honors. Well, that's been it on News Now. You can catch some of our other programs on our website at www.tv360nigeria.com or download our app on Play Store. It is TV360 Nigeria. You can also watch us on Facebook at facebook.com/TV360 online and follow us on Twitter. Our handle is twitter.com/TV360 Nigeria. You can also watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/TV360 Nigeria. And we are also on Google+. Our handle is TV360 Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. I am Fidelia Aguncha.